day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. The beer's back behind me. It's from Gunn. Oh, it's in a big old box. It's an Gunn in a big old box. 6-year-old vintage beer. Okay. Limited edition. Excuse me. Rich and smooth Scottish beer. Matured for 100 days in 183 hand-selected barrels. After maturation, the beer has been bottle matured for 6 years. Brewed and bottled in 2015. 9% ABV. Okay, Dougal Gunn Sharp has written on the back of this, and I can't fully read this, but I really do hope that what it says is that this came from my idea. And the reason I bring that up is Dougal Sharp, as anyone that has watched this channel for a long time would know, has drank in White's Tavern with the Rhino and his friends on occasion. And one time he was there and we did a bunch of videos. We did a talk with him. We did a beer alchemy with him where we were mixing some of his beers, like the Irish whiskey stout and the and his Melville's line, both the strawberry beer and the raspberry beer. We also pulled out a beer I had that was 6 years old. It was the original Gunn in the big bottle, and I pulled it out and we opened it up. We poured it into cups, and it had so many protein globules and everything growing in it. And we drank it in two ways. We drank it right out of the cup with the globules, and then we also put it through a coffee filter and drank it that way, so that we took the globules out. So he did both of those with us, and he enjoyed it quite a bit. So I really hope this says something about that. Let me just pause this for a second and see if I can get my wife to come and read this. Okay.
Describing this beer is a wonderful challenge because once opened and poured, its aroma and flavor changes and evolves in the glass from the first sip to the last, and pretty much everyone that tries it finds different things. For me, it starts with an aroma of champagne, then after a few minutes develops aromas of Christmas cake, ginger, dark molasses with hints of cocoa. It passes through a phase of smelling like good white burgundy before aromas and flavors of caramel, toffee, and oak start to emerge. Towards the end of the glass, orange marmalade, toasted butter, and smooth coffee flavors come to the fore. Well, that's what I got anyway. I hope you enjoyed the journey that this beer takes you on as much as I did. I can promise it'll be uniquely and highly enjoyable experience.
Fuck you, Dougal. You didn't say anything about me. Okay. So, again, I need another house so that I can go and do my reviews without hearing the three of them just fucking fighting. Like, really. I say how happy I am and all that, and I really am. But my fucking God. That is dysfunctional out there. And I'm adding to the dysfunction by being in here. Anyway, I did say fuck you, Dougal, and that's, again, not really. I don't really hate Dougal. I love Dougal. He's a great guy. It's just, again, who did this with us? You probably don't even remember drinking it in the basement. Go and look it up. Gunn, Albino Rhino Beer Review. It's on there. Dougal's sitting in the basement with us. Nick's with us as well. Nicole Reimer, who ran Gunn Canada. And now I believe he does all of North America. So I love that they come in this, right? Here's the bottle. It's actually not clear. The bottle that the original Gunn was the tall 750s, 650s, I do believe, 650s. And it was a clear bottle. So the fact that I was able to keep it from going skunky for 6 years was an amazing thing. Rich and smooth Scottish beer. Originally brewed in 2015, vintages. I should have gotten her to read that too. But making it perfect for cellaring. No, it's already been cellared for 5 years. Fuck you. That's the one thing I've always hated about beer, right? When you buy a beer and they're like, hey, you need to cellar that beer. We have the Gunn bottle opener. Really nice, right? It's a speed blade. It's just a speed blade with a speed blade without the hook to do the spins, and with wood on it. And this side has fancy little shit. So smoke. Oh, prepubescent boys coming. I did not expect that after everything else. I should probably pour this. Yeah, it's got to get poured. Okay, put that down, put that down. And it's 9% alcohol, eh? Oh, that is dark. It's darker than I thought it was going to be, because as it was pouring, it kind of looked like, almost like a molasses brown. The head is still moving inside the bottle, which makes me worry a little bit slightly of like an infection or something, but at a 5-year-old beer that was barrel aged, that could be a case, but I don't think so. These guys do a great job at their stuff. Actually, it's kind of stopped raising up, so we might be okay. It's just some head in the bottle. Head's there still. Nice snap, crackle, pop again. Much darker than I expected. Sniff out of the bottle. Oh, it's got... Okay, I could see what he's talking about with the whininess, but for me that's... And everybody gets something different, as he said. That reminds me of the Sam Adams triple bock we did. It has that soy sauce-like note to it. Rich, sweet, soy saucy, a little bit of like apple cider vinegar as well. I do not particularly care for the smell out of the bottle. Out of the glass. Out of the glass, you get that winey note. It's like it's a nice fermented grape. I don't know what barrels they used either, right? Like it could have been wine barrels, and that would explain this. Almost like a Pinot Noir. Yeah, it's very, very vinous. Vinous, oaky, a little bit of like shoe leather, and a little bit of vanilla. Oh, and there's a touch of coconut in there. Let's try it. Cheers. 9% alcohol. Gunn vintage. Okay. First and foremost, I'll talk about the one thing I don't like about this beer. That carbonation is kind of harsh. Again, you made a higher ABV beer, you barrel aged it, matured it, and then cellared it. So yeah, it could have a higher carbonation rate. I get that. It's just not something I particularly like. I like a smoother beer. It does say smooth and mellow. I'd say the flavor is smooth and mellow. The beer itself, not so much. But again, everybody finds things differently, right? And likes something better than others, or dislikes something. So it is what it is. Next sip. I didn't like the smell out of the bottle. I liked the smell out of the glass, but it was very vinous. Flavor, caramel, toffee, vanilla. That oak tongue depressor, like, well, it's pine most likely at the Docker, but the tongue depressor on the back of the tongue, that oaky, tannic woodiness. Coconut. On top of all that, this is 9% alcohol. It does not feel like it's 9% alcohol. This is a very, 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 very dangerous beer. I think I'm in love. It's been a long time since I've had an Innocent Gunn that's made me go, ha ha ha, I'm in love. But this one has done it. I love this beer. I do have to re-review Innocent Gunn Original. They did send me an Innocent Gunn Original. It's been a long time since I've had one, and they did say the flavor has changed. So we will do a re-review of the Innocent Gunn Original. But this vintage, ooh, this is fucking solid. I really like it. Okay. I will say, on that last swallow, there is a bit of warmth down in the bottom of the chest. I think I'm in love. It's been a long time since I've had one, and they did say the flavor has changed. So we will do a re-review of the Innocent Gunn Original. But this vintage, ooh, this is fucking solid. I really like it. Okay. I will say, on that last swallow, there is a bit of warmth down in the bottom of the chest. But does that take away from the beautiful mellow toffee flavor, the beautiful smooth caramel, the beautiful smooth vanilla, oakiness just to help round it all out, that bit of coconut that helps make this thing pop? Does it take that away from that? Not at all. It actually kind of makes it better because it took, well, I did fill it up to the half pint. So it took a half pint before I started picking up any of that 9% alcohol. So it's still a very dangerous beer. I like this beer. Yes, I didn't let it sit open as long as I could. We're at 10 minutes, so it has been open for a bit, but it was not as open as it could have been. Out of 10 on that, that's getting a 9.5. I really, really, really like that. You know what would get it a 10? Admitting that you drank an old beer. No, that's just me being a dick. The only thing that could get it to make that a 10 is if the carbonation was a little smoother. That's all I'd want. Anyway, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.